Hey there. Welcome to the strategy portion of the STAR Sales Training Program. In this portion, we're going to be going over how to break down and prioritize your accounts, and then use software to make you more efficient when you hit the road so that you know how to manage your daily, weekly, and even your monthly time and be more efficient when you're visiting your clients. Let's get to it. So, you just got your new territory. Now, what do? Well, we all know that getting a new territory can be overwhelming and it can be nerve wracking. You've got new accounts, new contacts, new states, new products to sell into. And you have to take a look at the history of what's been going on with those accounts. It can be pretty overwhelming. Well, it doesn't have to be. Having a game plan from the start is what's critical to success when getting started in a new region. So, without any hesitation, let's go ahead and start game planning. Okay, so here's what you're going to need in order to start planning out your strategy for your territory. First, you'll need some sort of travel laptop or smartphone, something that you can take with you while you're on the road in order to accomplish your navigation. Second is you should have access to a Google account for maps or some sort of mapping software. This is the software that's going to basically pinpoint all of your accounts and figure out how you're going to roll through them as your days, weeks, and months go by. Third is you should have your complete account list with addresses as well as contact information. And it should be in some sort of Excel or CSV format because this is the format you're going to need in order to import it into your mapping software. And then lastly, but not completely necessary, is you should have some sort of experience with an Excel program or a spreadsheet program and know how to do an auto filter, as well as have a lot of patience and time to do a thorough breakdown of your territory. We're going to take a look at this in a second. So if you don't have experience, don't worry. We will take it slow so that you'll know step by step what to do when you get that data. So you might be asking yourself, do I really need to have a travel computer or a smartphone and some sort of mapping software in order to manage my territory? And the answer is absolutely. For these reasons, Google Maps and mapping software allow you to import those data sets into your territory and map them out by color code even. So once that's completed and you're going to see this, you'll have a very good understanding of the scope of your territory, what it looks like, where accounts are clustered, so you can better manage your time selling into it going from point A to point B. Additionally, if you were working with an inside sales representative, you can share this map out with the inside sales representative. They can help you set appointments easier. They can help you upsell accounts with additional products that they might want to sell into it. And it creates a very good synergy if you're working with people, whether they be inside or perhaps even additional outside salespeople working in your company that work in that same territory. You can team sell into it. These programs also have GPS navigation built into it, so it'll be easy for you to get directions going from point A to point B to point C, etc., as well as locate hotels, food, get gas, the kinds of things that, if you've been on the road quite a bit, you're going to want to know what's in the area. That'll help you locate those items a little bit easier. It'll also help you calculate your mileage for your expense reports. So as you go from your different location to location, you can see the travel times, you can see how many miles, and then you could do a calculation of for your expenses, just what you're going to be reimbursed for that time on the road. So for all those reasons, definitely need to have that kind of software. So let's go ahead and talk about breaking down the accounts now. So once you have your list, you're going to want to start breaking down your accounts into either market segments or prospect segments. And this is going to be very crucial as to how you prioritize how you're going to sell into your territory. So generally speaking, what you want to do is you want to identify the low-hanging fruit using some sort of process or some sort of criteria, almost like grading your accounts. So what you'll need to do is you'll need to break these accounts down into groups using that data and your own criteria that you'll put together, or perhaps even the companies put together for you. Many companies will already custom segment their accounts to make it easier for their sales folks. But if you don't have that done for you, you're going to have to do that yourself in your data gathering process. And you're going to do it in a way that makes sense for you. For example, you might have certain accounts that are more important if they lie in a certain vertical, like a restaurant, a dry cleaner, or a jeweler, for example. They may be higher priority for whatever you're selling to them. Another way you could do this is by custom data and buying prospect in a grading system. In my example here, I do a 1 through 3. I like to break things down into A, B, and C accounts, but you might have a more granular way of prioritizing your accounts using some other custom data. For example, revenue, or perhaps a market segment where you know they have a competitor product and you're going to try to conquest to that competitor. So let's take a look at that in a little bit more detail. So I generally speaking like to keep things easy. I'm going to show you how to break your accounts into A-level accounts. Those are top-level prospects based on your market segment prospect info. B-level accounts, which are mid-level prospects based on that same info, and C-level accounts, which are low-level prospects, probably ones that you're going to go after last. Here's a step-by-step on how to break down your accounts into those A, B, and C accounts. One is you're going to open your account list in a spreadsheet program. So if you have Microsoft Excel, that's great. But if you don't, there are plenty of free options out there. Everything I'm using right now is being done in WPS Office. It's a similar suite to your Microsoft Office, and it's a free download. You just have to deal with some ads. The second thing you'll do is you'll label a column at the end with your market data segment heading. If you're doing it by industry, you're going to see that I have the market data segment heading here with jewelry, people, bars, restaurants, dry cleaners, etc. Or on the right-hand side, if you're doing your own custom market data segment, you could put 1, 2, 3 or ABC, however you want to prioritize it in that segment based on your findings. Or if you don't want to do it like this, you could use an auto filter to extract the segment you want to map out, which is what I'm going to show you how to do in just a second. I'll be extracting my top level accounts by revenue. And then you'll take that particular list and paste it into a separate sheet for mapping. Now, this is important. So you're going to have at the end 3 files in my particular example. You're going to have A-level accounts, those are 1s, B-level accounts, 2s, and C-level accounts, 3s, all saved in separate files when you save it in the CSV format. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at how that's done.